Hi, this is Emily from the UMHB Career Services Office, and today I wanted to give you a little overview of how to prepare for our virtual fairs this semester. So we are going to have all of our job fairs virtually, and they're all going to be hosted in Handshake. So I know for our regular fairs, you can kind of make a decision the day of and come. And of course, you can still do that with virtual fairs, but preparing a little bit beforehand and planning your schedule and some things like that will be really helpful as you get ready for those virtual fairs. So let me share my screen and show you what you're going to see. So of course, I'm looking at the desktop version of Handshake. This should be what your profile looks like once you've done single sign-on. I would recommend using the desktop version for all of this virtual fair stuff. It should have functionality in the app as well if you really prefer that, but I know everyone's laptop is set up with typically a camera and a microphone and everything that you should need to be successful in the virtual fair setting. So think about that a little bit, but make a good plan for a quiet place, dressing professionally, all of those sorts of things that you would normally need to do to be successful in a fair, and then think about it in a virtual setting. So if you click on events off of your home page, you'll be able to see every event that we have coming up in Handshake. And we actually have a lot of employers hosting their own info sessions in there. But if you click Career Fair at the top, you'll be able to see all the ones that we are hosting this semester. So we are hosting 4 virtual fairs this semester for a variety of different topics. In this case, I'm going to show you our example virtual fair so that you can get an idea of what it looks like. So each fair will be from 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock, each on a different day. And it'll give you that information on when it is, and it'll add it to your calendar once you've done that and send you reminders. But don't forget to add it to your calendar yourself as well. So click register here, and it'll give you a little bit of additional information about some of those technical specifications that you need to think about, and then click register. So once you do that, you're going to get a few more options about what you want to add to your schedule, what sessions you want to attend, and what employers you can view. So of course, in this example one, I have 1 employer registered. What you'll notice on each company is that they will have 2 different types of sessions as an option. So the first will be this group session option, and each employer may name them slightly differently, but they should kind of tell you what the topic is about when you see the title of those. Those group sessions are going to last for 30 minutes. So you can sign up for those. And then the one-on-one sessions, that's going to be a 10-minute conversation with a recruiter. And so you can sign up for any of those available time slots as well. The biggest thing I will say about virtual fairs is that there is a limit to the number of people who can participate in each session. So signing up and registering for the fair early and securing your sessions before the actual day of the virtual fair is probably a really great idea to make sure you can talk to the companies you're interested in, especially if it's a particularly popular company. So what I need to do to add these to my schedule is just start clicking on what I'm interested in. It is giving me a pop-up here, and this is something that it'll remind you about if you're trying to set up sessions, but this is really important that you need to have your profile visible to the Handshake community. So that means that the employers at these fairs are going to be able to look at your Handshake profile and resume and get more information about you that way. So instead of handing out your resume at a traditional fair, they're going to be able to see this full profile on you, which is really kind of nice because you can put lots of information about yourself in there. And we can go look at that in just a minute, but it's going to prompt me that I have to set it to community before I can participate in this session. So all I need to say here is update, and then it'll give you probably for the employers a little bit more info about what that session's actually about. But this one looks like it's a general ask me anything. So I'm just going to confirm that I want to do that. And then it pops over into my sessions list and my schedule over here. So you can add as many sessions, like I said, as you want, as long as the times aren't overlapping. And if the times are overlapping, it will stop you from registering for 2 sessions at the same time. So you do want to make the best use out of your time during the virtual fair that way. And then if I'm really interested in this company, a one-on-one would be good, but this will be a great way for you to get to know the recruiter a little bit better, so they can ask you some questions about your background and experience. You can ask them about the company a little bit as well, and I'd encourage you to spend some time looking into the companies and figuring out what you want to know about them beforehand. So I can pick whatever time's open through the fair, and then once I confirm that, it also pops onto my sessions list. If at any time I change my mind about what company I want to talk with, maybe somebody else registers that I'm more interested in talking to, and so I'm not planning on going to this session anymore. If you want to sign up for something that's at the same time, you just need to click on the session and let them know you want to cancel that opportunity. Like maybe marketing and graphic design isn't my strong suit, so I don't really need to go to that session if I'm already going to ask me anything anyway. And it'll reflect that over here. But the other reason I'd really encourage you to do that, like I said, there is a limited number of spots in each group session, and there's a limited number of one-on-ones. So if you really know you're not going to take advantage of the session, please, for the sake of other students having the opportunity to attend, just make sure you take a close look. And if you're not going to go cancel, that's totally fine. You can cancel an ad all the way up through the fair, so there's no time limit on when you can do that, but just make sure to do that as well. So that's how you sign up for your schedule and everything like that. The actual fair is going to be hosted here. So on the day of the fair, you will want to come back to this page. You'll open up your schedule and it will start showing you where to join these events. So most of them are going to be hosted as a video in Handshake. So it's just going to have a link for you to open a new window with the video in them. They're going to have video and chat functionality. You do need to have your video ready to share. You don't just want a blacked out screen on all of these events. So make sure you're dressed professionally and you're in a good place to do that. Okay. But the other piece, like I mentioned, that you want to make sure you take care of before the fair is your profile. So as you can see, I don't have a ton of information in my profile, so I'm going to spend some time updating it before the fair to make sure I have all my professional information available for the recruiters who are going to look at it. And it's going to prompt me to keep filling out information. So keep filling out as much as you can. If you upload your resume here, it's going to pre-fill out a ton of this information for you. So hopefully that'll make it a little bit easier and you won't have to retype all those same things over and over again. So you can kind of see that there's a variety of different sections, and it's not just work experience. They're also anxious to see what kind of activities you're involved in, classes you've taken, even projects that you've done. You can add all kinds of different things. And then this skills section, that's actually one of the biggest ways that employers search for candidates through Handshake. So you want to make sure to fill that out completely as well. And then your resume will live here in the bottom. You can add other documents if you need to, but for the purposes of the virtual fairs, really you should just need a complete profile as well as your resume in there, and then it needs to be set to that community setting, which it'll remind you about if you haven't done that already. So that's a little bit of information about how to register for the virtual fairs, how to plan your schedule, and hopefully find success while you're networking with employers at the virtual fair. If you experience any technical difficulties or you have questions, of course, you can reach to us here at Career Services, and we'll be happy to try and help you figure out the answer to your questions. And then on the day of the fair, and we'll send a little bit more communication out about this as we get closer, we'll have a technical difficulties Zoom room. So if for some reason something's not working, we can try to figure out what's going on and get you an answer. But we're really excited to try out these virtual fairs. Hopefully, we'll get a really nice wide variety of employers who are wanting to talk to you guys. So spend time, make sure you get ready. And if you need any help with preparing your documents or questions about the companies or your schedule, as always, we are here to help. So thanks, good luck at the fair, and let us know how we can best help you.